Hi there, welcome back. I am Frozen Melon. Today we're doing a bit more of the Mercenaries mode, and we're going to be firstly jumping into the new area we unlocked, which is the Black Rock Mountain. As for my kind of bounties at the moment I've got active, I do have a new one for Murgle. Still haven't quite got this one done yet for Cornelius, but we'll get that done eventually, sort of grinding in the free time. So, as we're going to jump into Black Rock Mountain, who's our first? Coren, Direbrew. Okay, and again we're going to be sticking with Old Faithful here. Just because I think the team is pretty much set up to deal with most things. So let's see how we get along against these more difficult enemies I would believe they would be.
For the Alliance and Foundry.
What's your ability on that one? I think you only do 5, you do 12, so it's your bet to put out.
I must know more.
And as always, I think we should always focus on one of the minions first. Which I guess will be taking you out as quickly as we can then. So as far as the Mercenaries modes go, I know that obviously they released like more bounties, which I think, I'm not sure if it is the Black Rock Mountain area or just released more within this area to kind of just try and go through as such. But either way, at least I probably got a little bit more to kind of do before I sort of run out of stuff to do with this game mode in particular. But when it does come to it, I'm not too sure on if I'll still kind of either continue with this itself or kind of just keep doing other things and be just grinding everyone up. Did it just reflect? I think it did, didn't it? Abilities that target Fairy Dragon have the target running selected. Okay, that's my own fault then. And we should slowly be able to whip this one down then. But yeah, I kind of do enjoy the Mercenaries mode, just something to kind of jump into, do my daily grind as such. I say it's very similar to like other game modes that I do, like I do play a bit of Genshin Impact as well, which probably a lot of people do. Which I enjoy just going through it, complete the daily tasks, do the certain things on there. Or how many people you kind of play that game as well, or if you're interested in playing it. But I do enjoy it, I think it's fun. And when it really comes down to games that you enjoy playing, it doesn't really matter if anyone else does, as long as you do. So that is sort of the main thing that I'd say about any games that you enjoy playing. Okay. So I guess we'll try and take this one out as quick as we can. Might as well use the weakness to advantage. Yeah, there are some games that I still enjoy playing, which either just kind of, sort of, with the amount of time I have throughout the day, especially on my days off, I just either don't have time to play, or I've got things I want to do, so you can get kind of fairly busy. But I say, if you do like enjoying playing certain games, you always make yourself time for it. Sometimes it's nice to have a bit of a break for one game and then come back later and then kind of just pick up where you left off. I knew when I was younger, that's what I used to with difficult games, and like, it's kind of levels that I could never do. I remember playing some of the Sonic games on the Sega Mega Drive, and there were levels that I could never complete. And eventually I just kind of gave up for like a couple of months, and then came back and I was like, oh, I know what, I haven't played this for a while, let's play it again, and then be like, huh, why did I struggle with this? But sometimes I think that's kind of what some of the more modern games are kind of missing compared to sort of some of the classical games we used to play. It's not that sense of like difficulty, but it's the way that you overcome that difficulty that makes the difference. So with like all the more modern games, it's like you can just kind of either, so like in first person shooter games, stuff like that, it's always like a skill cap that you kind of got to get yourself around. Actually, I can do that one here. For racing games, it's just time and practice to kind of put into the game itself. Eventually, yeah, you'll defeat, you'll get past that one level, that one race that was always annoying you. In more strategic games or like JRPGs, it's okay, just put in time to sit there and grind it out. And you're like, oh, okay. I've just got to sit here and play the game for another 2, 3, 4 hours just so that I have the level advantage over the boss, or I pick up some skills or things like that. And there are games where even now that I kind of was really enjoying playing, and then I just got to a boss and they annihilated me, and I never picked the game up again. Which is always a bit of a shame. Or there'll be some sort of like particular game mechanic that I could never quite get my head around. I think that has happened a few times. Ooh, we should pick up. Yeah, complete Antwell level 30, that is fine, I can do that. Pick the Protector boon up here, which is 10 attack, that's great. And we're now going to face off against the mini boss. Yeah, I mean, by all means, I say if you guys got a game that you kind of like really enjoyed playing, but you could never quite kind of get around it as such or beat it, I said drop it down in the comments, because chances are there are other people like yourself that again did have the same issue where they just couldn't defeat that one stage. And that should kill that one off, so then you can start attacking that one there. Because I think a lot of the Sonic games I used to play were very similar to that, where I used to play them and yeah, I like got annihilated. And I would like not play it for a bit and then come back and be like, ah, why did I struggle? But I do remember kind of picking up sort of like the first Metroid games. Attacks, give them Divine Shield. That's interesting, sort of a dual class thing there. But the Alliance bonus can be way too good, especially playing against Rexar next. But yeah, the sort of Metroid game series is one that I will say kind of ingrains the style of gameplay that I like quite a lot. So this idea of just being able to go through the game, complete what needs to be completed and collect everything. But you couldn't do certain things until you got like a particular skill or a particular ability or like that sort of aspect of things. Like I thought it was just like a really ingenious mechanic of where you can kind of essentially pigeonhole a player in the game into a particular area without it seeming like a game mechanic. And then, like, obviously other games in very sort of like Castlevania-esque as well did very similar things where they would again also kind of pigeonhole you into you had certain abilities required to defeat that level and such. Just heal you up. What are you doing? Deal 7 damage to all enemies, combo, so you're doing 14. Go like that. I gotta hope for a 50-50. Oh, thank you, I get it. That was kind of lucky. And then from there, because I quite liked the almost grindy aspect of... Yeah, I'll take that again as a buff. Yeah, because of that grindy aspect, I quite enjoyed playing games that kind of had a very similar aesthetic to that. Where it was like you just kind of kept going and going and going until... So you completed the level as such, or you kind of got over things like JRPGs were things that I quite enjoyed, and general RPGs that had like a level-based system where it's like you could only get so strong before you kind of won the game as such. Actually, that one can attack that one, and you attack that. That should be done there. As well as then other game modes, so similar to like the rogue, or the roguelikes and the roguelites. So games that kind of required you to challenge them several times, so kind of again similar to like this game mode. And each time that you defeated it, you learned something new, or you got another ability, or you developed a skill or a strategy to be able to get past certain things. And it's kind of like when I relate it back to like this game mode, I think this game mode is really good, and you know, it can be sort of really entertaining. The issue with this game mode is sort of the grind. So a good example is, so what I mean when I say like the grind, a good example is like this right now. So the boss I'm facing is a fighter class. I had no idea that you'd have 2 protectors with him when I got here. Now, yes, I could have looked this information up on the internet or whatever before going to the boss and develop like a counter strategy, but I couldn't. Not I couldn't, but you know, it defeats the whole point of why I like these sort of game modes, is the mystery, getting there and then finding it out. Now, if I lose here, I try to get as many good treasures and stuff as I could, get the good buffs and things, to try and defeat this enemy the best I can. So that's what I'm going to try and do. So I'm probably going to end up putting like my healer out, I'll then put like my defender out, and then probably something else that's going to do quite well. So I'll probably put Varden out anyway, try to take these down as quickly as I can.
For the Alliance and
even though he's going to be slightly weaker than the other 2. And then we've got those as backup. So if I lose this fight here, I'm going to feel probably a little bit more cheated out the fact that there's no way I could have planned for it as much, but that's fine. Like boss fights, you just get to a boss fight, you have no idea what to do, like you're bound to lose, you accept that, especially kind of like roguelikes, other things like you're expecting that to happen. So I'm a copy of yourself. Fair enough, but you're dead on that anyway. I can deal damage to you and freeze everything if I wanted to. And we can lower your attack. That's fine here. So that's almost down as well. So I'll just put some of my weaker heroes in. So like I didn't understand like what this game mechanic was, like summoning minions. So you might want to like bring AoE heroes or stuff like that. And like in roguelikes, okay, you'll get a build and they'll either do like really good against one particular character or they won't, and so on and so forth. And that's absolutely fine. There's no way to kind of get your head around it as such. It's being fine having that there. Lower that attack just so the fact this will kill it in one go. The issue is if I lose and say like my heroes run out, have lost some runs in the past similar to this. It's not only that I have to grind the heroes up, it's also got to upgrade their abilities. Now, like in a normal RPG or things like that, you have side quests to do, so other things you can do in the meantime while you're grinding up, and also getting materials to upgrade the heroes that you want, and so on and so forth. Here it's not as simple as that. It's not just the time investment, it's the fact that you're also kind of making little to no progress as well at the same time. Which gets a bit frustrating after a while. Well, we've all done it, we've had like a long gaming session, we just felt like we haven't got anywhere within the game itself, and you just kind of hit a wall with it. And this brings that wall up really quickly and repetitively. And it's kind of the same for like the multiplayer even more with this. Like anyone that spends any money in this and then that's it. High Justice Grimstone is the next boss, so we can face off against him next time. So yeah, it gets a little bit kind of disappointing. Like that. And then we'll also collect those as well and see if there's any heroes we can unlock or upgrade. 50 enemies in the Black Rock Mountain, so hopefully we can do that next time round as well. Or if not, I might just grind that out, depending on how things are. If we do get to upgrade their abilities, or the charm at least. Yeah, I'll upgrade that. I'll do it as soon as I can. And to be honest, I'm starting to use the Arcane Shot a lot more, so we'll just equip that anyway. So I think that's going to be a lot better. And that's all we can do for now. Might as well, as you've got a bit of time, have a little look and just see how close we are. So I know some of these are only like 300. I don't think I got anyone really close in regards to the coin amount I have to unlock. Actually, Illidan's just only halfway. So he's probably not the closest I've got. I would like to get more Murlocs because I would like to make like a Murloc team. It would be kind of interesting. I might get a Baron Geddon at some point. We're fairly close to that, and a Brightwing as well. Probably worth grinding out. I probably should look up who gives, like what stage give good coin drops results for certain heroes, so I can kind of grind and unlock some more. At least not give us something else to work towards behind the scenes. But yeah, again, if you do like my little ramblings and enjoy the video, do leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. So take care.